I've only had him for a day and a half. But if anything happened to him, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Thorny Toad is the single best addition to a Monster Hunter game there has ever been, and there is no disagreeing with that. So, how adorable our little latching death toads are aside, hello my fellow Sunbreak waiters! There is a lot of exciting things to discuss. Obviously, you know, I got the very lucky opportunity to actually play the game a little bit, and so did quite a few other people, and on top of that, Capcom have revealed a cavalcade of information, and basically, there's a lot of juicy news to go over, confirmations, deconfirmations, and generally a lot of exciting things we now know about Sunbreak. Though I guess I will start with perhaps a not exciting thing, and that is the confirmation that no, we are not going to get Lagiacrus. But the reason we're not going to get it is actually quite interesting. The devs kind of talked about it, and essentially it primarily comes down to how much of Lagiacrus's belly spends time on the floor, and the complications that entails for actually making him work. With things like Almudron and Mizutsune, they're quite upright, they're land-designed leviathans, they have quite a lot of clearance, but with the amount of contact points the model of Lagiacrus has while on land with the floor, apparently, to, you know, not use too overly complicated jargon, makes him freak the fuck out. And they honestly would love to bring him back, but when they manage to conquer the trials to do so is anyone's guess. He might be out for quite a while for quite a few games. And hell, this is not even the first time he has been barred due to technical issues. He was also going to be in World. He was in the test footage looking rather impressive, but again, they just couldn't quite get the skeleton to work out. So, yeah, it's really not looking good for one of the best monsters and flagships we've ever had. I really do hope this gets figured out at some point in the future, especially for those of you that absolutely love him. Because after all,
everyone deserves, and I believe this truly, to utterly murder, stab, kill, and wear their most loved monster! Thank you.
So that's definitely a little bit of a shame, but everything else we have to talk about today is much more in the camp hype. The first and foremost is that we are getting kind of coy hints at a demo not being too far away. There have been interviews where they're essentially being asked, so are we getting a demo for Sunbreak? And the devs are kind of sat there going, who knows? That type of vibe. So yeah, I mean, obviously logically every Monster Hunter game has gotten a demo, so it would make sense. So I can't imagine it would be too long before something like that would happen, if indeed it does. And again, the devs' response to various interviews asking that question would imply that, yeah, that is a thing. Another very exciting thing that is a thing is that we do have confirmation that all the weapons still have at least an attack or a switch skill or something new to be revealed that wasn't shown in the little trailer we got for each weapon. Not huge to speculate on here, and even as someone who has played a few hunts in Sunbreak, I didn't see anything that wasn't revealed in the trailers, so that's still very exciting from my perspective, but that is very cool to know that the weapons still have more to give, despite already being so good and fun to use, especially with Switch Kill Swap.
50 years ago, Kamura Village was attacked by the Rampage and Magnum Hollow.
Oh yes, the Rampage. So, again, to head on over to an interview with the director of Sunbreak, we get confirmation that rampages are not going to be a thing in Sunbreak, and that the follower quests are a way to represent that kind of fighting with the villagers, with the characters, but without the need for a rampage mechanic. They're specifying the rampage is obviously Kamura Village's problem, and it's a problem that we have now solved, so it doesn't make sense for it to be in Sunbreak, and yeah, that's fair enough. And look, rampages were incredibly cool. It was a novel idea, and the first few were undeniably massively fun. But I also think it's true that they did wear quickly, and they weren't challenging enough, and I think they just didn't go that one step far enough to be a properly, endlessly repeatable mechanic, but I still really love that they got tried, and I hope that Army of Monsters isn't completely unexplored further in future titles. All that said, I do imagine the news that we won't get Kamura-esque rampages in Sunbreak kind of is greeted mostly by a sort of... So that is however you wish to interpret it. And of course we do have new Rampage slots, which I have talked about a little bit. So how's that actually gonna involve? Is it something from Kimura, like a little legacy power-up from high rank? Very, very curious. We also have some more official new gameplay coming, courtesy of, this time, Capcom themselves, next week, which is very exciting to look forward to, and I kind of get the impression that should be around the time we'll probably get, I don't know, a new trailer, or maybe a demo announcement, or something to go along with it, especially if they're making a note of pre-announcing it. Then we've just got a few little fun things to look at, like the fact we've got level 4 decorations returning, a la Iceborne, whether they will be multi-skill or just more potent, obviously nobody knows, but it is cool to get them back because they did offer a lot of nice customization and build options, though hopefully skill saturation isn't quite as extreme as it was in Iceborne. We also have Starburst Bugs, which is a lovely name, and basically I had a little play with these when I was playing, but you give them a thwack, which kind of primes them, then a monster runs into them, and, well, pays the price. It's a very fun new environmental trap that's been added to all the existing maps, as well as, of course, the Citadel, and that's really cool that we are getting new endemic life to really help us out. So, let's have a look at Magmalmadron armor, which is, I mean, it's gorgeous, right? Like, this is a proper nice look at it, and it's so cool. Like, I really, really enjoy this set. It's such a nice robot-y, but the lava, the color scheme, I've always liked Armadron armor, and now it's just even better. We've also got a tiny little new bit of Aurora Somnicanth gameplay, doing more Citadel shenanigans with more icy goodness, and I do love these kind of ice darts that get flung out. A nice little take on her otherwise little hair darts that she fired out before. I still want her to have sleep, but it does say on the official website that the ice takes the place of the sleep, so maybe I should stop harping on about that one. But damn it, did I want to have a mixed monster in that sense. So, that's, well, I mean, another load of info, another load of updates, another load of goodliness when it comes to Sunbreak, and honestly, again, to really stress from having played it, it's so much fun. It really is. Like, the new combat with the new switch skills, with the swapping, coupled with the pace of the monsters, how engaging the gameplay is, it just feels furious, fast, and frantic, and fun, and I am so hype, and there is no doubt in my mind we're in for something special here. Obviously, we have no idea what the endgame grind will be, what the loop will be, what we'll be spending hours upon hundreds of hours doing, but every G-Rank expansion has had its moment to shine, and I doubt Sunbreak will be any different. I really, really have a mighty need to play more, as I imagine all of you guys do as well. I hope you have enjoyed this then, like if you indeed have, subscribe and hit the bell to not miss future Sunbreak shenanigans, and consider supporting the future of this channel on Patreon down below. Until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.